All right, I am Kevin with Rivalry, and here we have Febby from Immortals. How's it going, man?
Hey Kevin, how's it going?
Going great. So a lot of interviews, people say to me they ask boring questions like, "What's your favorite hero? What do you think of this patch?" I like to spice things up a little bit and make it as entertaining as possible. And nothing is more entertaining than you and your dress dancing. Do you remember this?
My dress dancing.
Your dress dancing, Febby
Oh,
Grill
I
stream.
remember. Okay, I remember.
That is hilarious, man. My coworkers just shared this with me, and I was just laughing about it. What was going on there? This is back in Korea, or this is at your new team house?
Basically, like it was like when I was in Fnatic, but we didn't have a 5-man roster, so I took like 2 months off that time just streaming Dota, like watching replays, blah blah blah. So like while I was streaming, like I thought my viewers would like it, so I just did it for fun. I don't think I'll do it ever again.
Well, you're right. Everyone did like it. It was definitely fun. That's good to see the lighter side of players too. Some guys are too serious and they just sit there and they're all business. And like you said, I think we've talked before, and you said, being a professional when you're in Immortals, you probably can't get away with that, right? They have a brand to protect. You guys are a little bit more serious, but hey, when you take a little bit of time off and you can stream, more power to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, Immortals probably don't mind, but like I don't have the time to commit to my stream, so like
Right.
being a professional gamer comes first over like some over being a streamer. So
For sure. Yeah. So yeah, your professional career, then you guys are absolutely focused on scrimming most. I mean, you don't have to reveal any secrets, but you don't have any time for streaming, so there's no real pub games for you. It's all kind of scrimming and practicing with your teammates.
yeah, so you wanna know our schedule?
Yeah, that
Like
would
I
be
can tell you.
awesome.
All right, so we wake up around 11 to 12, then we come to the office to practice. We like eat and like just prepare to get scrimmed until one o'clock. From 1 to usually like 5 we would scrim. Like it's really hard to find scrims in NA, so
Yeah.
like we want to like scrim more, but like teams just don't scrim. So we only scrim until like 6 or 5, and then we eat dinner. Then from then like we do our own separate stuff. Some of us like, and that's when I usually stream, cause I would just play rank games like
Right.
to like keep my skills honed. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
And
So
so
that's our
now
schedule.
during that free time, you just prefer just to play ranked games and focus and not be an entertainer and not stream.
Or I would stream, but like there's two different parts of me when I stream. Like when I stream, there like one sometimes like I would like not care about practicing, but because we are so focused right now, like I just don't look at my chat. Like I sometimes pretend that I'm not streaming, blah blah blah,
Sure.
so I can be more focused.
Yeah, because if you're streaming to entertain, that's completely different than playing and to become a better player and just streaming as a byproduct for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So you mentioned you go to the office. Do you guys have like a separate place you live at, and then you go commute to an office to play? Is like a team
No,
house?
that's what's happening. So there's this Immortal campus, and like there's a practice area for each of the games of the team that Immortal has. And we live in like around 10-minute drive away.
Okay.
So we just come and go when we want to practice and stuff.
Cool. But you have a setup at your house, so when you get back home late night, you can play there also.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Yeah, obviously, you spent a majority of your time in Korea and have recently come over to the U.S. So, I mean, what was kind of one of the primary reasons for making that transition? Was it just a monetary thing? Immortals is paying me well. I can see an opportunity to win. I'm going to North America. Or is there something culturally that wanted to, influenced you? What was kind of the reason for coming over here, I guess?
Uh, like so we're from C area, and like I we felt that if we were about to like play in C for the next year, like it wouldn't be great practice area since we're going to be playing from Korea and it would lag again,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So we were looking into Europe or NA, and we felt that Immortals was a very like clean and very good company. Like a lot of the esports team like aren't like that, so
Yes.
we thought Immortals would treat us well, so we decided to give Immortals a try, and it's been great so far.
So far, so good. Yeah, I mean, I think anyone that's a fan of the organization or even just esports at all would agree that Immortals is definitely a tier one organization. They have
Yeah,
they have their stuff
yeah,
together. So That's great. I think the space probably needs more of that, right? Because I'm sure there's plenty of teams missing opportunities just because they're
Yeah.
poorly run, and so talent kind of looks at them and goes, "Man, these guys are they're very poorly run. I don't want to participate in that." So that's part of
I
Immortals'
mean,
brand.
yeah, not a lot of teams like put the players' priority first. So, and I feel Immortals does that. So,
That's
we
great.
feel
Cool.
good.
So moving from Korea over to here, or even from Southeast Asia, have you noticed a difference in commitment to gaming? Meaning, in SEA, you said you moved over here, I guess, for geographic reasons, so you have better ping. But like Koreans are some of the best gamers in the world, and you said over here you're having a hard time even getting scrims. So are you finding that gamers here on a pro level take it a little bit less seriously, or no?
Yeah, in that regards, like we kind of regret coming to NA because like we can't really find scrims, and even in rank, like people wouldn't try hard as much back in like as much compared to China or C.
Yep.
Like they all play like Smurf accounts, and not like most of them don't try as hard. So like it's not a very role modelly, you know.
Yep.
Like if the pros don't do that, like non-pros like won't try hard as well. So.
That's true. I know PPD and some other guys started a players league. Have you tried to mess around with that at all? Has that been helpful, or do you not really?
Oh, no, not really.
No.
Like I used to play a lot of in-house leagues before I went pro,
Hmm.
and I just feel like it's just a repetitive like 10 to 20 guys over and over again. So it doesn't really help that much like throughout the. I mean overall. I mean it teaches you how to win with those specific players, but I feel like it doesn't help that much like
Sure.
overall.
Yeah, I can absolutely believe that. And one other thing, I mean, most esports fans, at least one of my questions is even as part of the Korean culture, League of Legends is massive, right? Dota
Yeah.
is less popular. And I think out of all the tier one teams, like you guys have five of the best Korean Dota players in the world. Why do you think that League is so much more popular than Dota? I mean, the money is there for Dota, the prize pool's there, the tournaments are there, but it's just not as popular as League. Do you have any idea why that might be?
Yeah. I mean, like, other people say it's like bad timing, or like other people say like we like Valve shouldn't have trusted Nixon with Dota. But personally, I think it all comes down to the girls. Like,
Yeah,
there's no girls playing Dota 2, so not a lot of people will wanna play Dota 2. But
that's
there's a lot
true.
of girls playing LOL, the League
Yeah,
of
so it's a
Legends.
cultural thing.
I think it's the girls thing. Like, whatever game has like more girls, like more guys will follow that game. So.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
That's
And
hilarious.
Dota 2 like it's very like dark themed, like very gruesome. So like not a lot of girls are very attracted to it, you know what I mean?
That's
There's
true.
not a lot of like fun or like cute looking characters.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me. Dota has like 1 or 2% girls versus League, I'm sure has much more. And yeah, even like I'm happily married, but it's still fun to play games with girls because there's less
Yeah.
testosterone. Like if you get five
Oh.
guys together, people just rage and tilt and yell, and it sucks. You throw a
Oh.
girl on the team, all of a sudden everyone's kissing ass and they're super nice. So yeah, I think you might be right on that. It's interesting. I've never heard that point.
Ah.
Do you have any hobbies outside of gaming? I know you say you take this very seriously. This is your job. But do
Ah.
you enjoy anything else outside of Dota, or is Dota everything right now?
I mean, I used to like playing soccer, but ever since I became pro, like I don't have the time for anything else. Like I don't know. Like for me, like if you're pro, like you have to give your 100%. So I consider that like I'm very workaholic in that sense, I guess. Like I just
Yeah,
like if I have free time, I would just devote it to Dota.
that's what makes the best, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's all I have. We have a full 15 minutes with you, but we only needed 10. I want to be respectful of your time.
I mean, I have some time if you have more questions.
Trying to think. I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about? Like for people watching this, we're gonna have a whole bunch of Immortals fans, a whole bunch of Dota fans watching this. Is there anything that you think would be interesting to hear about?
Huh.
I'll put the pressure on you now.
All right.
If not, no big deal.
A few moments later.
I guess like they can wonder like sometimes why we like grow so much. So I'm kind of like trying to decide on that question.
Why you do so much, like why you play so much, or why
No, why you like if you see us in competitive games, like we would kind of like do stupid moves or like throw like 3-2.
right?
Uh, uh,
Yeah, why is that? Is that because you guys are just you're in like a smaller tournament, so you're trying new things, or are you guys just super aggressive, so it's high risk, high reward?
uh, okay, I have an answer. Right. So I think like we're a bit emotional team.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna name names, but some of us are emotional, and uh, like when those people, like I think I'm one of them too, like get in that mood. Like we call it having a period in our team. Like whenever somebody's not feeling good, and they're just being cancerous, we call it like, having a period.
Yep.
And like we have to like they're still in the end part of your team. So when that person like says something, we gotta like unify and like try to do one thing together so it doesn't look like a throw. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
So when one guy starts to tilt, you gotta get him under control and bring him back.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I think oddly enough, I'm a pub player. I'm terrible, but that happens on a low level game too, right? Like
Yeah, of
you
course.
get one guy that feeds, the other guys start yelling at him. That guy gets mad and he tries harder, which means he plays worse, and the whole thing goes
Yeah.
downhill.
I mean, that's
Versus,
the difference between pros and non-pros. I feel if you're pro, well, actually, if you're a pro, like you shouldn't be like having that stuff in the first place.
right?
But since we're people, like we can't help it but to feel that sometimes. So when one of our teammate goes into that state, we have to try to do stuff together so it looks like a team move sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think pros definitely tilt less than the casual player, but like you said, it still happens, and that's what
Yeah.
you guys are humans, and that's what makes a tier one team a tier one team is when you guys start to tilt, you can talk each other off the ledge and get back on track instead of being angry the rest of that game or the rest of the match or the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear. Even you guys have tilting within your organization that makes the casual player feel better because I think yeah, a lot of players think, oh man, pros are so good they never tilt. They have all their shit together. They're very
I mean,
focused.
I don't know because I've never been into other teams, but
Right.
I feel like our team tilts the most out of the whole team. Like,
But like you said, you're humans, and emotion makes the.
yeah,
That's why that's why we're humans. Being alive and having
yep,
emotions makes the whole thing worthwhile.
yep, yep.
Cool, man. Appreciate your time. We'll let you get back to playing.
All right, me too, Kevin. It
Cool.
was
Have a
nice
good
talking
one.
to you.
You too.
Bye bye, Kevin.
See ya.